There's a quote that I often hear and see people put up, and it goes like this: if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. And that statement actually works with nutrition. So when the newest U-Butte diet comes out that says you should be not eating sugar, or you shouldn't be eating that much protein, or you should be vegan, or you should be carnivore, if you do not have a philosophy, then you will fall for all of these diets and all of these supplements that come out. But if you have a philosophy and you stand for something with your philosophy, then it's incredible how you will dismiss them as either something that's not going to work for you or doesn't go with your philosophy. It's a bit like, the philosophies that are out there at the moment. So there are two philosophies that I look at in order to decide on whether I think a scientific article, a new diet is worth looking at. And the first philosophy is anthropology, or an historical perspective. So I want to know, what's the history of that food in the human diet? How long have we been consuming it? Have we been consuming it for thousands of years? Or is this just a brand new food, a new additive, a new preservative, a new way of eating? So the first thing is I look at the historical perspective, because the way we survived was what foods that we ate. And our cells and our microbiome all adapted to that survival mechanism. Of course, there are other things like sunshine and breath and movement and sleep and connection. They're all important. But when we look at food, I'm looking at the historical perspective of food. So that's number one. Number two is I look at a food for its whole state, its holistic state, as opposed to its mechanistic state. So when you look at the ingredients of a food, you are looking at it vitalistically. When you look at the nutritional label, you are looking at it mechanistically. So I want to know, like, let's say it's butter. It's an historical food. We've been eating it for thousands of years. If I look at it holistically, I know that it has omega-3s. Yes, it has cholesterol. Yes, it's got fat, but it also has omega-3s, factor X, and all these other incredible fat-soluble vitamins and components that make up this wonderful food that we've been eating for a long time. I would go over that over margarine. It's like when you see the vegan diet versus the carnivore diet. Which was an historical diet? Or were either of them ever historical? So it's about you having a philosophy to live by when you're making your food choices. And this is what we do in the Nutrition Academy. Is they're the first two modules of the 12-month program that we talk about. We look at anthropology and we look at the vitalistic philosophy. And even when you read my book, Lab to Table, you will learn both of those. We look at the anthropological way of food, how we ate food, what was the cultures and traditions, was it a food that we consumed, and you will also learn about vitalism as well. So have a philosophy, know where you stand with your food so that you don't fall for every diet and every new food and every new supplement that becomes the new U-Butte diet, food supplement or food. Hope that helps.